Hey everyone. It is now 8 days after my microdiscectomy surgery, and I just thought I'd give you a little update as to how everything went. Surgery went very well. I went in at 5 o'clock in the morning, and surgery was done at 7, and I was home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The surgeon called my mom and said that they removed only one piece of the herniated portion of the disc and basically came right back out. So he was very happy with the way it went, so that the disc was still intact. I will say that when I first woke up from anesthesia, the first thing that I heard was, this girl just lost 130 pounds. And all the nurses were like, oh my God, and it was kind of cool because, I thought to myself, that's exactly why I did this. That's why I went through all of this, so that I can continue to do what I want to do. So it was kind of cool to hear that. So, like I said, I was home that day, and my dad called to see how I was doing, and he could not have been more shocked at the fact that I was, walking around, and, he had like open back surgery 30 years ago, and he was in the hospital for, a long time, and I don't think I've ever heard him sound so surprised. He was just like, you're walking around already? So, yeah, so that was kind of cool. First day of surgery went really well. Of course, I was in pain, but from the incision, but things went very, very well. And the second day, the morphine kind of wears off, and you feel a lot more pain than you did the first day, and the second day was a bit of a struggle, but obviously got through it. And I have to say that if you're thinking about doing this surgery, do yourself a favor and get one of those grabber things. They are absolutely invaluable. If you need to pick something up off the floor, or you have to reach for something, they've been a total lifesaver. And I also ended up getting something to help me put my socks on. You just kind of put your socks around this like two-reeler thing, whatever, and you have straps, and you kind of throw it on the ground and pull it up that way. So that definitely helped a lot. As far as the pain went, after I came back from surgery, something I kind of was not expecting was my throat was very sore, because they put a tube down your throat to help you breathe, I guess, and they take it out before you come out of anesthesia, but your throat's pretty sore for a day or so after. I was able to shower on Friday. The surgery was Wednesday, so I was able to shower Friday. That was pretty awesome, and it wasn't actually as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I made sure that I bought something with suction cups and put it at eye level in the shower, so that I wouldn't have to bend over and grab like shampoo and conditioner, in the tub part of the shower. So that was definitely helpful. Anything that you can do to make sure before you go into surgery, that when you come home, you're not bending over and grabbing things, even like clothes, or something like things that you need in the bathroom. It makes a huge difference when you don't have to bend over and pick something up. It's always nice to have somebody there to help you, of course. But they can't be there with you 24 hours a day, so you need to be able to do things on your own, and the grabber helps, and just preparing beforehand, I think, makes a really big difference. And as far as putting shoes on and stuff like that, I just made sure that I had a pair of shoes that I could just slip right on. I haven't really been going out too much lately, so it really hasn't been that big of a deal. I haven't been able to really like wear jeans or anything yet. The incision is kind of right at the waistline, but So sweats, and shoes that you can kind of slip into are good. And as far as pain is concerned, I'm still taking Percocet. It's 8 days later. I'm slowly trying to wean myself off the medicine, although it is a little difficult. The incision is still kind of painful, but I'm taking 2 at night and trying to only take 1 every so often during the day. I actually had a day last week or a couple days ago, I forget, where I tried to walk a little bit too much. It gets you get a little impatient, or at least I am. I know, I'm sure a lot of you do. If you're sitting around and not really able to do anything. And, a lot of what I heard about the surgery was afterwards, walk as much as you can. Just walk, 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 walk. And, I wasn't really given any restrictions as far as that was concerned. I just was told to let the pain be my guide. And I went out for a walk a few days ago. Walked a little bit longer than I was expecting to. Walked about 40 minutes. And I felt fine. I felt great. And then I went out a second time to, go for another, not 40 minutes, but just, take a walk, and immediately felt like pain just shooting up the back of my leg. And I just stopped right away and came inside. And I also, at the same time, was trying to wean off the medicine. So that was probably not the best idea. So I laid off it for a day. And today I did like a 10-minute walk, and I'm planning on doing it another, time or two. I think that's, it's only a week out, so I have to be a little bit more patient with it. I don't want to, push too hard. There's a really fine line between am I doing enough and am I doing too much? So obviously my body let me know that was way too much, and so I stopped, and today just kind of, spreading it out a little bit and doing, 10-15 minutes at a time. So sleeping is, of course it's a lot better than it was before the surgery. I guess I'm only, I'm sleeping on my back, and sometimes it helps to put pillows underneath my knees to get a more neutral position for my spine. Sometimes I'd rather not have it, and sleeping on my side is I think the incision is bothering me a little bit, so I think as far as my leg is concerned, I think it's okay, but the incision is a little bit, occasionally I will roll over on my side and, just try to get a different sleeping position that way. But for the most part, I'm sleeping on my back. So that's, and if you're trying to wean yourself off the medication, you probably want to just kind of, take the medication at night if you need it. It's a little bit easier to deal with during the day if you don't, if you're not taking 2 pills or 1 if, you don't really need it. But yeah, for the most part, I've been either walking or standing or lying down. I'm sitting now, but it's not really that great to sit. So that probably what I have the most trouble with is sitting. So I know I can recline in a chair, and if I'm reclining in a chair, I can probably sit about 40 minutes. Then I have to get up and walk around. But other than that, it's mostly lying down or standing or walking. So I don't know about going back to work. I write for a living, so sitting all day at a desk might be a bit of a struggle. So I have to, see how that goes. I'm really only a week, away from surgery, so I want to see how I feel, in the middle of next week. And I have my follow-up appointment on the 10th of May. So I guess we'll just, take a look and see what they say and how I'm doing and all that. So I think that's about it. I'll update again, maybe in a couple weeks and let you all know how I'm doing and how everything's gone and what they say at the follow-up. So, yeah, that's update number 1. Week out. Bye.